Leases or lease purchasing makes you lose a lot of money in trucking. We're gonna talk about it. Coming up next. Let go. Welcome to another edition of Trucking with Loshawnparks. Y'all could have been anywhere else in the world, but y'all here with me, and I do appreciate that. So in today's video, I want to talk just real quickly, 10 minutes, about people feeling like leasing is either a scam in the trucking industry, or leasing is something where you lose a lot of money in trucking, or if you do a lease purchase, you lose a lot of money. There's so many accusations and allegations and just false misbelief, craziness talked about as far as the leasing game goes in trucking. For those that have been following me for a while know that my whole career in trucking or in the industry has been based around leasing, okay? I've never been a company driver. I have never been a complete owner-operator OTR. Now, we're not talking about as far as local, because some people remember the Columbia glider that I had when I was doing the ports, or excuse me, not ports, but intermodal here. And that didn't work out for me, so then I got rid of that truck. But I say all of that to say this, that the lease is not the problem, where a lot of people feel like leasing or lease purchasing is the problem, and it's not, okay? It is the individual that is in the lease that creates the lease to be a problem. All right, and I don't want to just blame it solely on an individual that is in a lease, because there are a couple other factors that can weigh in to where it's not solely on the person that's in the lease, okay? A couple of things that you want to consider if you're wanting to get into a lease or do a lease purchase is the deductions that the carrier has, that you're considering going to. All right, so you're gonna want to vet that out, figure out what their insurance is per week, what are their plate fees, their Qualcomm or ELD fees, fuel discounts, things of that nature. Figure out what it is, what their deduction sheet is, for lack of better words, you know what I mean? And you should vet the company out to figure out what it is that your deductions are gonna be, to even include the truck payment and what percentage they're gonna take from you or what have you. And I feel like a lot of people that jump into leases and that fail in them have not did their research or their homework to vet out these companies to figure out if it's going to be profitable for them. And then you hear all the horror stories where people say that leasing is no good, where leasing is a scam, or you can't make money in trucking by leasing. Like I said, I've been in the industry for 7 years, going on 8, and I've done nothing but lease, and I've been nothing but successful at it. And the reason why I've been successful at it is because I revert back to a video that I made, is you got to know your numbers. And a lot of truck drivers don't know numbers, don't know their numbers at all. Like you would ask them, like, all right, so let's break down the reason why you're not having success in this. Let's start with, step one. What's your numbers? I don't know. All right, how much are you getting MPGs? I don't know. How much are you spending in fuel per mile? I don't know. You know what I mean? They don't know these type of things. And those are essential things to know in order for you to gain success in leasing. And just to throw it off, not only just in leasing, but if you're trying to be an entrepreneur and run a business, those are essential numbers that you need to know. Because how can you go into business or call yourself a business and you don't know your numbers top to bottom, to know your profitability levels, or even to know your loss and profits? And it's just sad because a lot of drivers don't, and they just think that let me hop in to trucking, get an LLC, lease, and then stay with the broke mind frame of still like kind of being like a company driver, instead of saying now you know, I'm running a business and I need to run it accordingly. And that just doesn't happen. And those are the stories where people fall victim in leases. And not only in, as much as people want to say that leases is the only thing, you could fall victim to this being an owner operator, like owning your truck, having the title to it, you know, the cliche of I could park my equipment up and don't have to worry. End of the day, yeah, you could park your equipment up and don't have to move it for X amount of months or whatever, but does that make business sense to do that? It doesn't, right? Who the hell wants to park their equipment up for 2-3 months just to say I can do that? Like, yeah, that's not profitable. You're not being profitable. So it's almost like it's an oxymoron to even try to kind of like do that. You know what I mean? So that doesn't make sense. So when that argument comes to me, or when people say that to me, it's kind of like, that don't make sense, bro. So just because you have the title to it, does that mean that you want to park it up in the driveway, or park it up in the lot and just let it sit and brag about that because I have the title? Like, that's not a good business move for it to sit there. You know, you bought the truck clear and free with the title in order for you to make money. So, but anyway, enough of that little miniature rant right there. But you look at the industry right now, right? And there are hundreds, thousands of companies that are going out of business, right? Small mom and pop carriers, small owner operator companies that are going out of business. And I would be willing to put, I don't know, just you name it, but because I'm a betting man, right? So I would be willing to bet that majority of those companies that have gone out of business have had to close their doors, shut down operation, that their equipment is owned or was owned, right? It was free and clear, titles and everything, and they had to close their doors. So once again, when I hear people say that leasing or lease purchasing is a scam and you can't make money in it, so what happened to all these carriers and these companies and these owner operators and these small mom and pop companies that in 2019 and still going have had to close their doors and they own their equipment? You see, it don't matter which avenue you take, because at the end of the day, it's all about mindset, okay? It's all about how you maneuver and operate your business and know your numbers to the T. And another thing is, when you know your numbers to a T, and it kind of like dictates how you need to operate and move, that's where you can make your little adjustments to understand like how you may need to restructure your company or restructure your business because you're not running it right, apparently, if you're taking losses or what have you. So, or potentially have to close your business. So the argument of leasing or lease purchasing and trucking is a scam, or you don't make no money in it, like I said, man, I know owner operators, guys who own their trucks that had to shut it down, sell their trucks off because they needed bread, they needed money, and they didn't know how to run their operation. They didn't have accurate numbers on it. They didn't have accountant. They didn't have bookkeeper. They wasn't keeping up with their numbers. So don't think just because you own a truck and you free and clear of a title that you cannot go out of business, okay? Or that you are going to be more profitable by owning a truck than if you were to lease a truck or to lease purchase a truck. All right, once again, it all refers back to mindset. All right, how you maneuver and how you move about running your business and being efficient about your numbers. I can't stress to you enough how important knowing your cost of operation, knowing your cost of your business is. And the moment that you deviate from that or you substitute it, then you're gonna hurt and you're not gonna make no money. You're gonna go out of business. And you know, it is what it is. Like I said, what Kobe say, there's no substitute for hard work. And regardless if you own your truck or you want to lease your truck or you want to lease purchase your truck, it's going to take hard work in order for you to sustain and continue to grow and stay in business. Period. Don't matter. Don't matter. Like I said, right now my fleet, I'm up to 7 trucks. Well, I have 7 trucks. I shouldn't say I'm up to. I've had 8, but I'm at 7 trucks, and I'm looking to grow more. You know, in 20, maybe I might add 2 or 3 more trucks this year. But 2021, I'm really looking to expand big time. So, and the reason why I'm able to do that is because I have a business mindset. Okay, I understand my bottom dollar. Excuse me, not my bottom dollar, but my bottom line. I understand my bottom line. I understand my purpose for what I'm doing and maneuvering the way that I'm maneuvering. And that's what you need to do. You need to find your purpose, understand what you're trying to do, and get to it, all right? A lot of people need to understand too that with leases, doing a lease and a lease purchase, you need to utilize it as leverage, okay? To get you to the next level, whatever you're trying to do, whether it's that you're trying to go and own a truck, or you just want to stay leasing a truck and get into the money from what you're making from leasing. But utilize it for what it's worth. Leverage. That's what I use it for. I utilize leasing for leverage to help build my company, okay? Am I married to it? Nah. You know what I'm saying? Do I know that drivers want good equipment, quality equipment? Yes. So I provide a service, or I provide an item or a tool for the drivers to feel comfortable because they're out on the road with hauling the freight. So I want to provide them with the best equipment or the most comfortable environment that I can give to them, especially with them doing the work. So just something I wanted to put out for y'all real quick, man. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I hope some people got some understanding on this video. If you're new to my channel, please do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell in the right-hand corner so you get notifications of when I drop videos like this, 2020 Visions. That's what I'm on. So I'm gonna be dropping a lot of educational knowledge in 2020. Probably gonna need to do another video right after this one talking about another reason why people fail is because people fail to educate themselves. And that's a big, big problem too, that a lot of people don't want to educate themselves, or if an educational video comes up, nobody wants to watch that. But everybody wants to hear about you losing, or you failing, or you lost a fleet, or you lost a truck, or you know, you switching companies. But nobody wants to gain knowledge or to educate themselves. And you can never get enough knowledge or never get enough education in this industry, you know, or in any industry that you choose. Always, always, always level up in whatever it is that you do. You know what I'm saying? So that video will be coming up next probably. Y'all be safe. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Like, be unsafe as always. Winners focus on winning, and losers focus on winners. We're winning right here. Trucking with Loshawnparks. Yay. Salute.